Today is a very sad day, for on this very day, we lost a very special boy, Harambe. This is no meme, my friends. Today is the exact day we're going to find out. If we always remember our friends. And now for a moment of peace and silence.
It is a really sad day, sad week. We are here to memorialize Harambe and then talk about some toys. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. Welcome to Toy Talk. We're going to have some fun tonight. I have toys to talk about. Joining me as always is my boy. He's been really quiet. Thomas McGunovich.
Huh? Oh, there we go. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. And it's a good Friday because it is Toy Friday. It is time for Toy Talk.
The man, the myth, the Superfan. Superfan, I'm Shawhan.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
It's so dark, I couldn't see you.
Migraine,
what kind of hat
man.
are you wearing?
Migraine, man.
Oh, what kind of hat are you wearing?
Same hat as always. Same hat. Same floor.
Oh, the Blues Brother hat. Okay. Cool. Everybody's favorite dad who's always on time. He was actually the fourth person in. He beat Thomas McGunovich.
Yep.
Never early. Brian Lake, Channel Dad.
Hey, everybody. Be sure while you're having fun tonight that you also wang your chung tonight.
Wang your chung.
It's an old song from the 80s.
Wang
Look it
chung
up.
tonight. Not wang your chung. Wang chung.
I was like, whoa.
Everybody
Wang,
have fun tonight.
Everybody wang
have
chung
fun.
tonight.
Everybody wang chung tonight.
All right. Last but not least, the
There,
man
I just got you demonetized. You're welcome.
Cook everything. Hey, thanks for talking over me. Shut your face. Man
Well,
of
then
all
mute me.
toys in the world, he's got something green. CollectorExpress.
Hi, it's going to talk some toys tonight on the ride on the CollectorExpress. We're here to talk some toys tonight.
Let's see that shirt.
We got the Super Clean inspired CollectorExpress shirt.
That's awesome. I love it. Super clean, man. That's an awesome. Like, do they sponsor you?
They gave us some free products and stuff to try out and sent me a hat, and they actually sent me one of their shirts. I ended up giving it to my cousin, and because she wants some swag too. So, and she contacted me the other day, wanting to know if I wanted to do a raffle giveaway of Super Clean products on the channel.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So I need to reply back to her, and yes, I will sell out.
Why, yes.
Have all the
Yes,
super
we
clean
will.
supplies you need for a lifetime, and then some, and that's okay.
I need to clean my grill, which I'm going to use some of the products they sent me.
Hey. Then every time we do Toy Talk, his intro will be super clean salesperson, CollectorExpress.
Super duper clean.
These came in today, so I was like, I had to wear them.
Yeah, I feel you. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, today is a day. What, 5 years ago? We having some echo. Who's listening to the stream?
I turned my volume down.
Who's listening to the stream? Who's listening to the stream?
The echo's gone now, though.
Yeah. I thought it was Adam for a second.
Nope, I'm not listening to the stream. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha. I saw your ring move a little bit with your,
Oh, listening to this stream?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can hear some echo.
Oh, I'm not.
Good.
Hey,
I'm glad.
I was muted. See, look, I can go like, and you don't notice that I keep on talking while you don't know what's going on.
You are that.
Now, see, if you were on this side of the microphone, it would make a heck of a lot more sense.
Well, okay.
Well, okay, as much sense as I tend to make.
As much sense as you tend to make. Yep.
Which is, it seems to be directly proportional to the amount of beer being consumed.
Not that much?
I make more sense the more you drink. What?
I'm pretty sure it's that much sense.
It's how long?
About a pubic hair.
Yeah. See, and then you guys complain why I'm always late.
Well,
what happened 5 years ago?
Harambe, bro.
Your balls dropped?
Gosh.
I was wondering if we were in the right stream. It's like, am I here on the right night?
It's Harambe.
It was the murder of Harambe, man.
Well, I was hungry, man. I had to eat something. Either I was going to eat him or he's going to eat me.
Dude, Harambe is the legend. He's the GOAT.
Gorilla lives matter.
Right. Thomas, you really don't remember?
The little kid fell into the live the enclosure with the gorillas, and he grabbed the child and was dragging it, and more likely was going to kill the child. So they shot the Harambe.
On May 28, 2016, a 3-year-old boy climbed into a gorilla enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo, which is just up the street from Lape's house, in the Botanical Garden, and was grabbed and dragged by Harambe, a 17-year-old Western lowland gorilla. Fearing for the boy's life, a zoo worker shot and killed Harambe. The incident was recorded on video and received broad international coverage and commentary, including controversy over the choice to use lethal force. But by killing Harambe, that's why we've had a crappy last 3 years, 4 or 5 years, whatever. Yeah.
5 years.
So blame that kid's parents because of
Harambe's death, we had COVID.
Okay.
Eventually.
He wasn't here to fight off.
Now you just broke the stream from getting picked up from the algorithm. You mentioned the C word.
I don't care.
Copenhagen?
Yeah. No, it's CollectorExpress.
He's super clean. He sold out.
All right,
his fault. Usually it's his fault. Now it's his fault.
Trying to be so I could tranquilize that gorilla. There's tons of memes. I mean, people thought that they just made fun of everything. It turned into a meme. It's something. The guy said, "I'll put angels in the sky to watch over the lands." Yeah. What incarnation?
Segue back in the toy talk. I put something in the private chat. A link to some statues by Prime 1, Godzilla vs. Kong.
While he's setting that up, before we dive real in, has anyone seen the new zombie movie?
Oh,
I heard it wasn't
the
any
ripoff
good.
of Aliens?
Yeah.
It's a Zack Snyder film. What do you think it was going to be?
He ripped off several movies, very famous lines, just tweaked them a little bit. And but the movie's a direct copy of just zombies instead of aliens.
It's crazy. Tommy, I've seen it though.
Something about that. One of the guys that was writing for The Walking Dead, he actually says he has the same beliefs that the zombies came from aliens. And so one of the writers for Walking Dead said that's how The Walking Dead gets their zombies, is from something from outer space hits the earth.
Well, the writers can say what they want to. The original creator of the comic, I think he's got more say so.
That's true.
So have you seen the movie yet, Tommy?
Yes, I watched it.
And what did you think of the movie, Tommy?
Good zombie makeup. I will give them that. It was good graphics. But the storyline was bland.
Is it just me, or did it feel like you got zombie meets bank robbery meets a big cluster Sharknado at the end?
I have to say,
Predator versus aliens because of the nuke. The end.
They did. I have to say they did do a good job inserting the helicopter pilot.
Yes.
All her stuff was green screen.
Yeah.
She was not there when they made the movie.
Nah, because it was a guy.
Yep, and he got Me Too'd or something other, and they replaced him.
I mean, overall, here's how I looked at it, right? Like,
one of the things that was inexcusable, though,
movie, you know,
one of the things inexcusable in 2021 release movie, the dead freaking pixel throughout most of the movie. I was sitting there like, is there something wrong with my TV? Then it would go away. It's like, what the fuck?
Is it my
TV? The only problem I had is it had too much going on. Like, nobody had a backstory. All they knew there was a heist, and then like halfway through, they was talking about him doing the military thing and stuff like that. But they had too many things happening. Okay, it's a heist, but it's during a zombie apocalypse. We're going to the most populated area. It was like, I don't know. And then one of the lines from Signe and Rory, wherever the guy's name is.
What?
Siegfried and Rory. Is that what his name is?
Yeah, Siegfried. Yes, he said Signe at first. So.
Signe.
I don't know. It wasn't he. When I saw him, the only reason I know him is because he got mauled by a tiger that he used to do magic tricks with. I didn't watch the show, huh?
Did he?
Yes.
Or was that somebody else?
No, that was them. They got mauled by one of their tigers.
One of them got mauled by the tiger. I don't remember which one.
Yeah. Wasn't they like? I don't want to get monetized. Wasn't them two partners or whatever they call it?
They're kitty daddies.
Yeah. But anyways, that was supposed to be the tiger from them.
Yeah, that's what they even said it in the movie. It's one of Siegfried and Roy's tigers.
But from what I understand, ain't there like massive zoos in Vegas?
They are.
So why wouldn't they be out there too? Like, you had an opportunity to have like a zombie group there and everything.
The better movie would have been the little bit of flashback they show at what happened. The outbreak would have been a better movie. But the heist thing was stupid.
And they didn't explain that some are considered zombies, but some ain't.
Well, you have the alpha zombies versus the basic walkers.
Yeah, but is it considered a zombie if they're intelligent?
No.
See, that's the problem I have is when I think of zombie, I think of brain dead, just animal instinct basically to eat. These things were more than that. They could communicate.
That was definitely the supernatural. Not supernatural. Extraterrestrial factor was one of the big things.
Well, and one of them was a robot. I didn't understand. I was like, you didn't explain why one of them had a robot exoskeleton.
What?
Yeah, look it up. One of the zombies had a metal skull.
Oh, he wasn't a metal skull. He would put a face helmet down.
No, not that. One of the zombies got shot, and you saw the metal skull behind it.
Well,
Let's see if I can find a picture.
Oh, well, maybe as a human, he got in an accident and had metal plating in his head.
Well, they asked the directors why they put in there, like, well, that's in when we make the next one, or if in the animated series, we'll explain why there is cyborg zombies.
Well, there you go. That explains why they didn't explain it. Well, I mean, Zack Snyder.
Well, why become a cyborg if you're gonna become a zombie? And like, why not include that? That's. And then they start talking about time travel. The director.
oh, it wasn't. It was the alphas. When they die, they release that blue energy.
Yeah, but one of them did have a metal skull. I'll see if I can find the picture.
It makes them look like they're cyborgs, but it's just the supernatural energy releasing. I think it's the biggest thing what that was.
I enjoyed the freight container wall that they built to New Vegas.
I think it was so cliche and stupid that they could have one zombie take out a special forces team at the beginning of the movie. And I'm sorry, a 1979 Lincoln Town Car is not going to explode like a Tomahawk missile into an armored truck.
I'm watching that and I'm like, why?
The car would disappear underneath the vehicle like that.
We're like, why was there an explosion? That makes no sense. That car would not have blown up like that.
No.
I was more worried about the guy driving because, he was getting a Hummer. And, that was my thing. Is he going to come out? Is he now a zombie that's missing his wang chung tonight?
But I also found the discount Jamal White? The played Spawn in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jamal White. The discount version of him was a little distracting in the movie. It's like, you look at him, it's like, he's not old enough to be Michael Jamal White. And Michael's a lot bigger and more badass than that dude.
I mean, there was some pretty good gory parts, seeing Batista get all the way to the end of the movie, for the most part. When they found out the double cross, I thought that was hilarious, especially at the end, when old girl drops it and just goes, I was like, there's your queen.
I'll share this with y'all. Hold on.
OBKB.
I can share screen. Okay. Share. All right, now watch this. Y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
See the sparks and see the metal?
I don't think that's metal. I think it's just the energy, the blue energy that the alphas have.
Oh.
They showed like several times if you kill an alpha, that blue energy leaves.
Yeah. What happened to Appalachian American?
Well, either he doesn't know he's muted or he's busy.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, that whole beginning of the film, the one took out, and I mean, come on. Are your doors going to be that flimsy that just with a little bump they're going to go flying off like that? Because it was still intact.
If your armored vehicles can explode on impact with a Lincoln Town Car, you need to get a new contractor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did like the beginning, though. I mean, like when we went from that point into the opening of the, everything going on in Vegas.
That scene, the movie could have been trimmed down a lot, though. It's too long. It drags a lot. Even the opening scene where those two soldiers are like, well, you think we're carrying, Area 51,
where we are right now? Yeah.
That went way long. And he stole like scene after scene out of different movies. It's like when Red Letter Media went through like the movie and showing every scene that he had stolen out of the movies.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
One of the issues I had with it is they kept I hate movies that go plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. Like, first it's like, oh, you're going on this thing just to get the money. Oh, it's never about the money. It's about the zombie's head. Oh, she switched the head with him.
Every bit of that was cliche. It's like,
And it's just plot twist. And they like, okay, we're ready to go. Oh, my daughter ran off. Yeah.
You mean the returning, never ending ADD moment that happens and then happens again and then happens again?
Yeah. And the fact that the guy that survived the nuclear blast, as soon as he got out, he wouldn't just get out and walk away. He would die.
Well, he wouldn't have got out, period, because he was the one locked in the safe that the German guy tried to save.
Yeah.
yeah, it's there's a thing called radiation.
Yes.
After detonation of an atomic weapon, the area is radioactive for longer than 10 minutes. Or a day or wherever it was he come out of that. And there was too much rubble left too with supposed to be a nuclear detonation. If he could survive in that safe, that means there's zombies left in that town. So they didn't have to actually have him turn into an alpha.
I still like the fact that you think the guy survives, but then you realize he's been bitten. I love that part.
Apparently it takes a while to turn into an alpha.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
The only winner in that movie is the girl that got the money when he chartered the plane. She got that big stack of cash.
And it really wasn't. It was like $100,000 to watch everybody else die.
Because all of her friends and compatriots in that plane are going to die. Or get turned.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a subplot they didn't really explore too much to explain what they were doing with the women. I found out afterwards. The alpha was
Reproducing.
yes, he was raping humans.
Yeah. You didn't catch that? I caught that right away. I was like, because now in the zombie apocalypse, zombies hump and rape women.
I was trying to use logic. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
no.
I did not realize that. I thought he was going to eat them.
Well, I thought he was just going to turn him into alpha as like his queen stuff. And I didn't realize until after seeing like where they were talking about it. It's like, oh, they're rapey.
They were rapey zombies. We here on this channel do not condone zombies that like to rape people. It's not okay.
Now, I bet you the toy line will look pretty cool though, because I've been looking at the comic books it came from.
Yeah,
There's actually some really cool looking zombies. So the toy line should be pretty cool.
They're doing a toy line for it.
Yeah, I heard they were. I heard they're trying to work out a contract. Let me see if I can find it.
I wonder who would be doing it because it had to be like an adult line, like a NECA or McFarlane or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't see those figures getting released for as kids' toys.
No, I think it may not be like toy, and probably is like statues.
I repainted the face on my Masters. I couldn't stand the little black dots anymore. They cheaped out on all the male figures on the Master Universe Origins. They just have a black line above the eye and a single black dot. And the eye is flesh colored, and it looks so cheap. That was fine in a 1982 toy that cost $3, or whatever they cost back then.
This might be an odd question. Does any of y'all collect Pokemon?
no.
Okay, what is the big deal with them coming back? That's all I'm seeing now.
Now there's Pokemon cards that are like banning because scalpers are going and like having fist fights over them.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, there was that article. I know they're banned back in school. Kids can't bring them to school. But there's some cards now that are worth like $200,000.
Ooh, which one? Tell me. Maybe I got it. Squirtle power. Squirtle, Squirtle.
Let's see. Pokemon card.
I'll be right back.
How about you? Are we alone now? We lost both the host and co-host. Well, thank y'all for coming.
Should we sing the next song? I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
I'd sing along, but I don't know. I know the song, but I don't know the words.
Right.
That's about all. The beating of our hearts is the only sound.
Well, Tommy was right. There was a Pokemon illustrated card in October 2019, sold for $224,000.
Whoa!
Why? It's one thing if it's like you have a rare old comic book in great condition. It's a card from 2019.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
That's
Here, I'll put this in the private chat so y'all can see what I'm looking at.
That's when you can literally throw $100 bills into your fireplace.
Yeah.
Who needs toilet paper at that
Hey,
point?
Martha,
right?
I'm cold. Put another brick of 20s on the fire.
So it sold for $195,000 plus the buyer's premium, which bumped it up to $224,000.
Wow.
The buyer's premium. That's another $50,000. Right? Or you said
Yeah.
$224,000.
$224,000.
So
Yeah.
$30,000. Golly.
$30,000 buyer premium.
Golly. Is this like the only one in the world left?
I don't know. It don't look all that special. Japanese promo illustrator Hollow Koro comic. Well, I said put a link in the private chat so you can see what it looks like. I'd share the screen, but can I?
You can hit the button, but one of these two guys got to do it because they're the only two that have the StreamYard.
Yeah, they have to add it to the stream. It'll show up in the, where you see yourself, it says you're in the show.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a host, you see everybody's thing, and then when you do that, another gray box. You know how it's gray when you join until you get added, and then they have to click add to stream.
Yep.
Because that way you can also stop showing it from. You can remove from stream, and then they can also eject it completely. But yeah, why did they wander off? I was listening to you guys talk about stuff about the zombie movie, and then poof, there it is. Well,
Be back.
we could go ahead and switch the toys if you want. Didn't you have one to talk about?
Which I've sent Appalachian American several links to talk about.
You wanted to show
stuff? Yeah, but I can talk about what I have. With recent pickups. Let's keep the show going.
Oh, so that was October 2019.
Yeah.
Gosh. I mean, I cannot even comprehend. Oh, hold on. My son's leaving.
I did pick up my very first McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. I wanted to get the Bizarro.
Yeah.
I was going to make one. I was wanting to do like a Red Hood and the Outlaws, and Bizarro's part of that team in this costume. And the figure, he was bigger. He's where he's a imperfect clone, so it actually works. Him being bigger than the other characters.
Right.
So when I picked him up, and I figured I'll end up reviewing him for the channel too. So it'll be my first McFarlane review since I've been avoiding these because McFarlane hates scale. Because all the figures are all 7 inches tall, no matter which character it is. Harley Quinn is the same height as Bizarro.
Right.
7 inch. When he says 7 inch figures, he means 7 inch figures. There's another toy guy that does a spot on voice impersonation of with Todd McFarlane. And it was going everybody keeps talking about doing skits. Everybody keeps talking about scale. I don't know what this is. Well, the thing you can do is like perspective. Like right now they're the same size, but if you do this, he's bigger and he's smaller. And you can it's all perspective.
Movie
When he's
magic.
doing Todd's voice, it like cracked me up.
Movie magic right there, my friend.
Now, since I had those in my hand, I'll grab the Masters figures. I got Roboto. I always loved her. I don't know, as a kid, he's one of my favorite. Was one of my favorite toys. The original Roboto. I always liked the robots and like there's cybernetic ones. Like there's one other one called Rio Blast. Yeah, like a cowboy, cyborg cowboy, like pull out guns out of his body and stuff. Always thought. Which is, you can see, I got lots of Transformers. So, guess I like the robots.
You think?
All right, I'm back.
Maybe just a little. There's nothing
We
wrong with
started
that.
talking about toys since both the host and co-host was gone, so we just keep the show going.
Now, I know you got a big collection, Collector Express, but what is your favorite toy in your collection right now?
Most emotional connection would be my G1 Fortress Maximus. That'd be one I wouldn't get rid of for anything because it was one of the memories I had. Growing up, my mom was sick a lot. She had cancer. Growing up, she fought it for a long time, and I went with her. I got the honor roll 6 weeks in a row, and we only did like not like today, like where kids get anything they want. A lot of time, a lot of these kids do get spoiled. They want something, they get something.
Yeah.
Our gifts were like birthdays and Christmas if you were a fortunate family. And so for Christmas, after getting 6 weeks on a row, 6 weeks in a row, we got to the big Sears wish book, and we ordered the big Fortress Maximus, the G1 version of the one I got sitting behind me. I got it over the other side of my collection. That'd be one I would never get rid of. Then followed by my G1 Optimus Prime signed by Peter Cullen.
All right. Superfan, Adam, what's your favorite toy you got? Your personal favorite.
Well, it's got to be. It's got to be the guy that's giving you the evil glare right now, man. It just has to be because I went way out of my way to build a 6-foot posable Joker. So I mean,
yeah,
that pretty much takes the cake right there. And just so that everybody sees we're not joking, there he is. And he's just evil eyeing you, Tommy. He says, "Why has he not got his picture on? What's he doing behind that camera? I don't like those fingers there." You're welcome, Tommy. I got you to laugh.
All right, Leif, what's your favorite all-time toy?
Fleshlight.
Greatest invention ever, the fleshlight. He loves the fleshlight.
It doesn't have to actually be a toy. It could be like your thing that you use to make beer or stuff like that.
Yeah, the grown-up toys. Yeah, the Grainfather is a really nice invention. That's a good question. If I had to think back to my childhood type stuff, we did a lot of stuff with Matchbox cars and the tracks you could make it ramps, and then when you got angry with your brother, it became a sword. And then when your mother got pissed at both of you, they came a paddle. She'd pick about 4 of them up and whack you right in the thigh, because the butt was too. Yeah. If I was gonna, it's probably not. I'm gonna do a category really, because the thing that kind of stuck with me the most through 8th grade and on were computers of various sorts. I first saw an Apple II, looked at the TV in the library, and I'm like, oh, you can program that thing? You can like type on there and put commands in and make it do stuff? So, because almost all my toys my mom still has a handful, Tonka trucks and crap like that. But yeah, I don't really know if I had a favorite per se. But I guess I'm more of a gadget junkie in many ways. So,
Well, the reason I was getting to this is I don't know. Like talking to my boy, he goes, "Why does people collect toys?" And I was like, "Well, it may be easier if I tell you the reason I do." And my toys are like my trucks, my '73 model trucks. I don't think some people actually realize why some people are fascinated with toys. It's because it's got a memory behind it. It's got a passion with it. Like me, would be my '70 model pickups I keep getting. Is because when I was younger, my dad and me and my brother built one. Real big. We called it the Green Machine. Had 47s on it. And when I go to and I work on one of them trucks, it brings me back to when I was young and then memories. And I don't think people grasp why people are so enthusiastic about collecting something. It's not just the value of the item.
It's an emotional connection. It's what starts most collections.
Just like Adam, you built something that you're proud of. You created it. And that's what makes it personal to you.
Yeah. Well, and you've seen the pictures of it in the car and all the money that we raised for breast cancer and Make-A-Wish Foundation, all those for those couple, 3-4 years that I had the car themed out with the Joker and everything. Like, I mean, I'd always would theme up that's the funny thing about the car. It'd been themed as a Decepticon Transformer, Dragon Ball Z, it ended up with the Joker. Before that, it was a Panda Bear because Kung Fu Panda was still out and about and the kids were loving it. So, I mean, it was kind of one of those things when it came to that. But when I'm
not familiar with Kung Fu. Is it like what Godzilla versus Kong when he's fighting off the buildings? I got we was busting Tommy's chops for was it Siegfried instead of Siegfried and Roy? What'd you say?
Yeah, Siegfried and I can't remember how to pronounce his name. But like they said it in the movie, and that's what made me think of it. But I was like, I don't really know them, so I don't know how to pronounce their names. All I know is
the problem is too when this movie was made, Siegfried and Roy they're both passed.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta check on something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. They shouldn't be in a reference to Siegfried and Roy's Tiger, unless this movie was set in the past. Because, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured like the Siegfried and Roy. I was like, for one thing, when that zombie Vegas apocalypse happened, was that supposed to be way back when? Because they passed for a while, ain't they? Well, doing stuff in Vegas. That was like in the 90s, wasn't it?
One of them passed away well before the other.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one was the last one to pass, but he kept doing shows in Vegas even without his partner. But yeah, they weren't doing. If it was set like in the last few years. Now, if Vegas has been like that for quite a few years, but according to their flashback, it's not, because his daughter looks exactly the same when he was rescuing her when he killed her zombie-ized mother. So it can't be that far from the time period we catch up to them at their present time.
Yeah.
I mean,
if they want to show like
time passing on that one comment with Dave Bautista though, where he's like, well, he was, doing the military and the zombie thing, and now he's cooking hamburgers. But I'm thinking like we're talking a week.
Well,
not long time.
I think they meant for it to be years afterwards, but by stupidly like using the same girl to play the younger daughter, it doesn't work that way because, like the old walkers that's near the walls, they were dried out husk. That would take a long time, even in the desert.
Well, I still think it's funny if you water them, they come back to life.
Yeah, that's shouldn't be how it works because once flesh rots, it's and decays. That's one thing.
No one bring out the lotion. Nobody give them lotion. We'll be fine.
That must be
it's like one thing if The Walking Dead. I don't know if they were still doing it, but given time, the walkers would decay and basically just cease to exist.
Oh yeah, you saw them rotting at the tree with moss growing on them, but you could tell they were a zombie.
Yeah, and they're the older the walkers, the easier they are to kill because they're getting gooey.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like once it gets to that point, it shouldn't really be that hard to deal with the walkers because the worst part would be the initial outbreak because you couldn't tell who was an actual zombie or what. You wouldn't know what was going on because they would still look like us.
Mm-hmm. Especially those, just turned an hour ago.
Yeah, they still look like had their flesh and they don't have massive trauma. And especially in the Walking Dead universe where everybody is infected. No matter what you do, when you die, you become a zombie.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
But after the actual decaying happens, it should be pretty easily.
But wouldn't it spread faster by nuking it? Like, I hate to say it, but like, wouldn't the particles of zombie dust and everything just get all throughout the air?
Well, it doesn't really have any logic to it anyway, because if you're already carrying the disease, why does a bite turn you quicker? It wouldn't. There's no logic to The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
If you're all carriers, and as soon as you die, you turn into a zombie. How does biting you make you turn into a zombie if you're already carrying the infection?
That's true.
I don't really think they thought that through.
The only way it could have happened is if a bite literally causes straight infection that kills you. And it has nothing to do with you becoming a zombie, but it just kills you.
Yeah. Now that would make a little more. It's like a venom. They get bit and it kills you. Now that would make a little more sense, and it'd be nice if they actually explained that.
But at the same time, it doesn't because then the virus will literally have to reprogram your body to make a venom. See, all the virus does is basically taps into one part of your brain, and that's it. Basically makes you function without any organs. So then they'll be recreating venom.
That looks cool. I was trying out. I think other people mentioned this where you can use the different arms instead of taking the suit arms off. You can give them more jacked arms. Make them more Mr. Hyde-ish.
That was my favorite thing about the 80 toys and 90s. The action figures look more buff to me.
Oh yeah, the 90s they were all about the extreme.
Yeah. Like, I actually had one action figure. It was of Goldberg, and his arms were literally bigger than the figure itself.
Yeah.
Like, his whole body was smaller than his arms. I'm like, wait. I thought it was awesome that.
They had somewhat like a. Might be one of the things about they would you would actually can put water in them. They would sweat too.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. You know what, maximum sweats or something like that. They were called.
Something like that. Yeah. Maximum sweats.
I was starting to type WWE, but it was WWF back then.
Yeah. Before I got sued.
Yeah, Maximum Sweat is what it's called. Here you go, Tommy. I'll send you this link in the private chat,
All right.
and you can share it on the screen since it's toy related. And if people were logical, there would be no show. That's true. Daisy Divine said, like, if we were talking about the logic in Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
people just cut the heads off the deceased, and flamethrowers would be a sidearm. True. I have to agree with that. And quit doing body shots on zombies.
Double tap to the head, my friend.
What should be standard issue is, I don't know, 12 gauge shotgun with Foster's deer slugs. Then there'd be no brain left.
Yep, that was it.
You want to share the screen?
Oh, I thought I was. Share screen. There.
Ah, infinite screen.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find Goldberg.
I don't know if Goldberg was part of the WWF during that line. Are we sure you wouldn't think about Austin?
It might. No, because he had the tattoo on his arm.
The Maximum Sweat lines, I think it's pre-merger, buying out the WCW.
Like, he had that body style like that, but it was Goldberg. He may have been a little bit bigger
Let's see.
than them. But I don't know.
Goldberg, sweaty line.
Let's see. Goldberg. Oh, I found it.
Did you?
Hold on. Gross out wrestler. Okay. Yep, that's it. I'll put that in the chat. And there we go.
Let's see.
Tommy's long lost Goldberg.
Yep. That was it. Hold on, let me share screen. And it didn't work. Share screen. There we go.
We are so professional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had that right there. Like, look at the size of the arm. It was bigger than him. His knuckles literally dragged the ground. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
You know what would even be easier than sharing screen is if whoever wants to share their screen sets their screen and we share it.
That worked.
Instead of sending it to Tommy, because Tommy only has one screen. I've got two screens.
Yeah. I suck at sharing screens.
Well, I mean, if like let's say if Collector wanted to share his screen, he sets it up, puts the screen the way he wants to show it, and then Tommy share screen, and then that way it comes up without seeing all the backstage stuff. That's the way you get around it.
I asked everybody else. I wanted to ask you.
What's up?
What is your favorite cherished toy right now?
That I own right now, or that I've had like my whole life?
Either one. What one could you never part with? If it's the only toy you could take, which one would it be?
Well, if we're talking, the only toy that I could never part with would be a toy that I've got right now. This is really tough.
You're the only one that
it's a
has
tough
problem
question.
with this.
Well, see, here's the problem. I have two.
That's me. I had two as well.
Yeah. Well, you can mention both of them.
Well, the Soul of Chikogan Megazord
All right.
is probably the one that I really want to keep, but Tommy Oliver signed the Dragon Zord.
Okay. Now, why is that though? Like, why is it them two? Explain why those would be.
Oh, I mean they're the original Power Ranger Megazords.
Yeah, but what makes it special to you is what I'm getting at.
Your emotional connection to them.
Yes.
I grew up ever since I remember when Power Rangers was like they were talking about it.
Yeah.
They were like it hadn't aired yet. Like it was like all the rumbling over magazines at the time because there was no internet. It was all the talk. You'd see promotional commercials. That's what the word I was trying to say. I can't think straight. There'd be commercials like crazy about it, like the build up to it, man. Like little, that was '93, so I was 4. 4-year-old me was like ecstatic.
So when you pick up a toy like that, does it bring you back to your childhood?
Yeah, because I never got the original Megazord. I always wanted it, but never got one. I remember getting a toy Megazord, thinking that was the one that I wanted, but it didn't transform. It just was the action figure robot.
Well, the reason I bring it up and I told them earlier is because I was explaining to one of my boys why people collect stuff. And I was like, it's either they got a passion for it or it brings them back to a memory.
That or the monetary beneficial portion.
Yeah. Some people collect it for. Right now, vintage comics are hot, so people are buying them for investment.
Do they cherish them, or do they just like true collectors have one item that they cherish more than any? I'm talking about your true collectors, not ones just trying to make a profit.
Well, like the Gold Ranger Megazord,
yeah,
is like that was a rare Megazord. They didn't really produce a whole bunch, and it wasn't out for very long.
Yeah.
So, I think that's probably one of the most rarer pieces I have.
Is that the pyramid one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one didn't. They didn't make a lot. They didn't make many of them.
And it is very impressive. I remember you kept bringing it down one of the former toy talks you brought down. We looked and you pulled it out and transformed it.
That dude's huge.
Hey,
yeah.
And I got to find it with you. I was there for the find.
I mean, that's a 16-inch VR Trooper that I found at a yard sale for $2. And I was like, we gotta have it. But then, and that's a 16-inch VR Trooper beside Pyramidas. It's like that tells you the size.
Here we go. I just thought about it. I have another computer in my hand, and I can actually connect through StreamYard and show my Fortress Maximus. Let's see.
Seth, the internet existed in '93, just so you know.
Yeah, but it wasn't widely.
No, it wasn't. It was still owned by the military, but we did have the World Wide Web, and it was fast and no ads on any website.
Yep.
Then the government said no moss, and then Newt Gingrich saved it. Wow, that's huge. That's what she said. That's like a flying pyramid?
Yeah.
Did I show up as a second CollectorExpress?
Yeah. Let's see. I hope.
Oh my God, he's really giant now. He's going to crush us all.
What was that? Deuce Bigelow? Damn, that's a huge bitch.
And I just come over to the other side of the collection.
Dun dun dun.
Hey, unmute your cell phone. I've muted your.
Oh.
There you
Yeah, I come on the other side of the collection room.
go. Sweet.
And there is my Fort Max.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that one. That one's cool.
That's my G1 I would never get rid of. Oh, let's do a quick little pan. I normally have a picture over top of the breaker box.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. I actually kind of like the fact the breaker box was right there. I was like, look at that. And he's got his own breaker box just to power all of his toys.
I'm resetting my villains up top.
Nice Juggernaut. And Angel. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Surprised you never got into the Dragon Ball Z collection.
Who says I didn't?
I haven't seen it.
No, we'll go over to it. All right, there's the good guy X-Men.
Oh.
And another X-Men display.
Oh, you
Just
actually
so
have
many
that one
toys.
staged.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see you, lanterns, and there's a few Batman. Let's see. These guys are huge. This is not all the Dragon Ball. I got another display.
Wow.
You got more Hulks. And more Hulks.
Can never have enough Hulks.
It's a smash party. There's my son, G1 Peter Cullen.
That's cool.
Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. I will switch back to my other machine now.
Cool.
Give a little preview of the show of the room.
Yeah, very nice. Tommy, you never answered your own question. What is your favorite toy right now?
My truck.
My
Hey, it's
truck.
got memories behind it. And you got to admit, I've collected a lot of trucks.
What truck?
My 70 model.
The one that's at your shop?
Yes.
How do you have memories on that? You just got it not too long ago.
Yeah, but that's not it. I've had multiple 70 model pickups, and it all started from me and my dad working.
Oh, okay. So you're not talking about that's the one. You just got memories with the truck.
Yes.
I thought you were meaning like you got memories of building trucks, not
Yes.
that truck.
Yes. Well, I've
See,
started
the way you said that, you was like, I got memories. And I was like, dang, man, I thought you just got it.
I've had 73, 74, 77, 78.
Okay.
And this one's a 77.
Besides your truck, what would be an actual childhood toy?
Seth's got it. I don't have it.
I got you.
Seth even knows.
I know. I think you don't even have to say it.
You say you don't even gotta say it.
Yep, and he even got the right color. The funny
Blue
part
Ranger.
about that is that's my favorite one. I mean, that's not my favorite one, but that's the one I got because I wore glasses, so they thought, oh, we'll give him one with the glasses. I like the one that was named the same as me, Tommy, the White Ranger.
Green Ranger, then White
They're
Ranger.
like that too.
He's also a Red Ranger, the Black Ranger.
Yep.
What color Ranger has Tommy been? Has it been a pink?
He was green. green, white, 2 reds, and a black. And then he was technically in the comic book Lord Draken, which is a mixture of green and white.
Yeah.
So he could.
Did you
What?
see that the Last Ronin issue 3 finally came out?
I got it right here on the shelf.
Nice.
I already read it.
What's
Have
it
you
about?
read any of them, or do you follow them, or no?
I haven't been picking them up. A few years ago, I got out of like the reading comics.
How dare you,
I-
sir?
After
I
like
would
the
just
Infinite, after the last last comics I was reading, I read a Mortal Hulk, and then we got to like the art went to crap and it got very preachy, so I dropped it. That's probably the last book I dropped. Before that was Transformers, and they did like universe reboot. So I was like, I'm not starting over. I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got. I'm following the Boom Studios Power Ranger
Mm-hmm.
uh,
The art looks
saga.
good in those books.
They're a lot of fun. Shazam, and then the last
As his old timers would call him, Captain Marvel.
right.
I
The
refuse to
original
call him.
Captain Marvel.
I refuse to call him Captain Marvel. Shazam. Yes,
I mean, I like it.
that's the name of the wizard.
Yep.
I don't hate it, but
It was stupid for DC to let go of the name.
see, they didn't copyright it. That's the problem.
When they purchased the original company that owned Captain Marvel, they sued the company for like copying Superman, and I forget the outcome of that lawsuit, but they ended up buying the company that had the rights to Captain Marvel. Then they shelved them, and the rights expired.
Oh, see, I thought that it was they had. I thought that they did it, but they didn't copyright the name, and then Marvel came out and took Captain Marvel and copyrighted it and forced them to change their name.
Yeah, that's what Marvel did when they shelved them after a certain amount of time. They were able to go in there and snatch up the name. As long as they were printing and keeping the book going.
Ah, okay.
And after he shelved it after a certain amount of time, they grabbed the trademark and
They made a boo boo.
Man, that sucks.
yeah, it's not the copyright; it's the actual trademark of the name. Is what they got.
I got a question.
Trademarks expire if you don't publish. Copyright would be like the actual character likeness and stuff.
So I don't know much about Shazam. Oh, okay, I don't know much about it. I watched the movie. Okay, when he transforms, is that just him in an older version? Or is that another body?
Technically it's what Billy Batson would look like at perfect form.
Okay. So even when he gets old and says Kazam, like he could be like
Kazam.
It's Kazoo, damn it.
Shazam.
Because isn't Kazam that Shaquille O'Neal Jr. movie?
Old,
Yes.
he can say it and become young again.
He becomes in the comics. They did like a little distant future storyline one time when he gets even his transform form gets old. He basically becomes the wizard.
Oh, okay, that's what I was curious about.
And the Marvels can share their power. You in the comics they have Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel. Even Black Adam can share his power, but they have to willingly share their power.
Now, what's Black Adam's power?
Same.
He was basically Shazam Captain Marvel long before Shazam Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The wizard wasn't a virgin there, Tommy, when he gave Shazam his powers. He had done it in the past as well.
That's for the people who grew up in the 90s.
All right.
did get.
All right, so here's the breakdown of Shazam. All right, Shazam is actually the acronym.
Yep.
Shazam is Shazam. It's the wisdom of Solomon, strength of Hercules, courage of Achilles, power of Zeus, stamina of Atlas, and speed of Mercury.
So that's what I don't like about the modern interpretation of Captain Marvel with the Shazam stuff after New 52. It's like there's no wisdom of Solomon. He's just acts like the kid. Part of transforming into Captain Marvel means the wisdom of Solomon. He acts like an adult.
That's true.
And that was
he knows stuff that he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how he knows it.
But if,
at that point,
if he had the power, the wisdom of Solomon, though, he would actually know how to use his powers.
Well, I mean, would he?
He did. The original Origin, he did.
But I'm saying, like in the movie, he knew stuff that he didn't know he knew.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, he acted for a good amount of time, but like when I forget the situation, but he said it and then looked at him like he was like, "How did I know that?" And it was, so I mean, like there were aspects of the wisdom, but there wasn't like I could see your point about him not being mature.
So I keep seeing in DC movies, they keep bringing up Hercules and Zeus. Are we going to actually get a movie from that?
Who do they keep bringing up?
Hercules and Zeus.
That was the DC movies. They had Hercules and Zeus
they keep bringing him up. So is it going to be a movie with them?
They were brought up during the Snyder Cut. They weren't really brought up anywhere else.
And then Wonder Woman
84, or was it the?
It was
the original one. Yeah, they mentioned the other gods because they had Ares.
Yeah.
The way they were talking, Ares, reason why he was crippled up, there was like basically a civil war, the gods, and Ares was the only survivor.
I mean, I would enjoy it if they made one. I like that kind of Greek mythology.
Oh, with all I need some more Hulks. I did get some more Hulks. I got another one. I got some more Diamond Select Hulks. This thing is a beast of a figure. It's the Marvel Selects are like their larger scale, which works out great for the Hulk. He should be big.
Yep.
Speaking of which, you reminded me. I ordered a comic book. It's got the Hulk in it, but he's about the size of a planet. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Planet Hulk?
No, it wasn't Planet Hulk. But he's the size of the planet. Like he can literally throw moons. Let me see if I can find the name of it. I just ordered it a week ago.
Planet Hulk comic on eBay.
Yeah.
Planet Hulk's a different storyline. He didn't get the size of the planet.
No, but it was funny because I knew something. As soon as I seen that little eyebrow twitch, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it."
Actually, one of my Hulks up there is the Planet Hulk. The King Hulk, the World War Hulk afterward, and the Planet Hulk.
I want the Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
I gotta end up getting an extra retro carded Spider-Man figure too, because
Hell yeah.
I got Firestar to go with him.
Very good.
So I got.
How does the Hulk get to be the size of a planet and still like fight bad guys?
He didn't. He became evil. He's like he was like the
Now
destroyer.
you just need Iceman.
Yep. I actually have another Iceman. I'm actually going. Oh, that's not. That's just a picture. He wasn't that size. That's just a cover. That's from Planet Hulk. That's one of the covers, but he's called the World Breaker. He can actually break worlds with his strength.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's not the size of a Hulk.
No, it's after that.
He's like the same size. He's just strong.
No, there's a new comic out where he is the size. He like literally has moons bouncing off of him when he's going through space.
I have no clue about that one. Planet Hulk is actually a great storyline. It has nothing about him getting to be the size of a planet.
I'll see if I can pull it up.
That was pre-Marvel, Disney too. So that's one of the last good storylines too. Well, after Disney bought out Marvel, they start worming their way in and just messing with stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got an Iceman, so I can set up. I'm going to do a Super Friends display.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I bought two Starfires. Not Starfires. Firestar. Starfire is the DC character. I always do that. So, I bought two of them because I'm wanting to do a New Warriors display.
Right. She's
part of the New Warriors, and she was the Super Friends. Super Friends is for us really old timers who watch cartoons in the late 70s and early 80s.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yep.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Different cartoon.
You said Super Friends. I thought you said Super Friends.
Amazing Friends.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Super Friends, I did watch that too, though. I watched it, and we're like the playground like arguments. It's like who's stronger, Superman or He-Man? When He-Man came out, He-Man's stronger. No, Superman's stronger. Well, technically, Superman's vulnerable to the magic that He-Man has. Superman is vastly stronger, but he's vulnerable to the magic of. One of Superman's weaknesses is magic.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people misunderstand too the magical weakness. It doesn't weaken him like kryptonite. He's just vulnerable to it like a mortal would be. You would still have to be very powerful to mess with a Kryptonian if you're a magic user. Did you get those links I sent you, Appalachian American?
Which ones?
On Messenger?
See quite a few.
Yes. Those are the ones.
But which ones?
We'll start from the first one.
Oh, okay.
We can work our way through them. There's been a lot of toy news come out here like recently. And those that's Turtle fans, Playmates is reissuing the Turtle Wagon. I don't normally do statues, but that looks pretty cool. But it's expensive too, though. There's more pictures down below.
It looks better than the movie so far.
What all is it? Just diorama?
Yeah, it's like a diorama scene. It's pretty cool, but I'm not really big on statues, but I can appreciate them, though. Looks like it lights up, so that's pretty cool.
A lot of time went into that.
Oh, yeah. I bet that sucker's not cheap either. Does it say how much it's going to cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap!
$56.99.
5,699, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'll pass.
You know, they got to make money on the movie somehow, right?
Man, I don't like Godzilla that much.
No.
I like Godzilla, but not working by an ATV for that price. Let's see. Yesterday was a 20 most expensive Pokemon cards. Tommy brought those up while you were out.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Huh.
We were wanting to see what they actually were, and you'll see the price.
I've got so many, I just don't know what to do with them.
That one sold for $224,000. Well, sold for $195,000 plus the closing fees. So it's $224,000.
Sweet Jesus.
They're not even that old. Is what gets me. Like most time, like, stuff that valuable has got to be like old as I am.
Yeah, like the Gen 1 Pokemon cards that my kids had that I've got sitting over here with Yu-Gi-Oh cards or fucking one of the other ones.
Breaking out the Pokemon cards. Flexing.
Oh.
There you go.
Damn right. Squirtle power, baby.
Blastoise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the evolved form. Or how is
Yeah.
it? Did you? No, that's wrong show. What do they do when they go up the next level? They evolve?
Yeah, they evolve.
Okay.
But see, like, all right, so that thing just showed. Let's see where I can find right here on that article. This star shows called with rarity symbol.
Oh, so
So
if the
like,
star makes them valuable.
yeah, well that Blastoise has a star.
Ah.
So I need to
You need to go see how much that sucker's
I need to
worth.
find out what's up.
Yesterday, you had some Marvel reveals. We're getting a wave 2 of the Age Apocalypse. I don't know if any older comic readers remember in the 90s they had the alternate timeline when Legion, his son, went back in time to try to kill. I think he tried to kill Magneto, and he accidentally killed his father. And which the presence of an Omega level mutant like Omega woke up Apocalypse early, and he took over the conquered Earth. It created an alternate timeline.
Well, the Hulk I found, it's called the Devil Hulk.
Oh yeah. I know the Devil Hulk.
Yeah, that right there. He could actually get as massive as a planet.
That's
But
part of
then
the
he's just like a blob.
yeah. That's some part of the Immortal Hulk stuff.
Yeah, that's a creepy sight, though.
They went really like horror with the Immortal Hulk stuff. They really went with like more of a horror vibe to the book.
That and it's kind of hard to follow.
Yeah,
You got to read it like 2 or 3 times to really follow it.
but the Build-A-Figures looks really nice for the new Age Apocalypse wave. It's going to be the Age Apocalypse Colossus. He looks really good. I got a link to those into the private chat.
Shoot, I don't have a first edition. That's where the money's at. Dang it.
Mm.
First edition was like $650, and I was about to have a stroke.
You're thinking, I got 20 of these.
No, just one.
But then you wouldn't have that one if you sold it. You'd only have $600 some if it was first edition.
Yeah. See what else I got. Dang it, Bobby. I got first edition Zubat and a Nidoran.
Has it got the little rarity symbol?
Yes. Wait. What's a dot? Man, it's 57.
See what you did, Tommy? You derailed the entire thing. It's Tommy's fault.
It'll be alright. I'll do whatever I want. Zubat. Dude, come on, big money. Big money, big money, big money.
$1.95.
How can you tell if it's a first edition or not?
I'll show you in just a second. It's got a little thing on here. Dude, not even a first edition like the regular one, because it doesn't have first edition logo. The regular non-first edition says the highest is 119.
Oh, wow.
I think Seth's gonna be. We know what he's doing this weekend.
Yeah, I'm about to roll out to my comic book shop and be like, hey, you wanna buy some
Hey, man.
Pokemon?
Shh. I got these cards right here, man. These Pokemon cards.
I got some good stuff here, man.
Dude, I've got like a bunch. Like now that I know what these little star emblems and stuff, like I didn't know what this all meant. I got like all kinds of stuff. First edition Gold Duck.
Need that first edition Snorlax.
Comes to Pokemon, I'm lost. So,
Ooh, I got a Machamp, first edition. That's what's up. First edition Abra.
Abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab you.
Abra.
I'm glad you started singing that and not me. That's the Cars, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Or was it the King?
But I also like in the back of this binder, I've got Japanese cards, and they apparently are like really rare.
Steve Miller Band.
There you go.
Wasn't even close.
First edition Magmar.
I won't deduct any points.
Dude, I got some crazy cards that I don't even remember having. Ooh, I got a Dark Charizard? What? First edition? What entire nation?
College fun.
There you go.
Cool down.
Yeah, because they're like really on the rise with what they cost right now.
Oh,
Okay, I clicked on your link and I was sitting here like,
Yep. It's all right.
Abracadabra.
Relive the glory days of MTV.
Back when they actually played music videos.
Yeah.
When did they stop? I'm trying to remember.
Well, they kind of stopped slowly over time because you had
I think
once they had like multiple seasons of
I
roll
think
rules.
Seth found a very valuable card he has.
Is he gonna? Tommy, you gonna have to go there. I'm gonna and defibrillate him.
Give him that Heimlich.
Tommy, you don't have to go over and lick his hand. What'd you find there?
I'm not putting it on you, Seth.
$24.99, $1,500. Heck, I'd even take 7-Eleven.
Those are to get those kind of values. What you're probably going to have to end up doing is send them off to be graded. If you click on that, it's like a graded comic book.
Right. I got a buddy of mine that said he would send some off for me because he's got an account.
Yep, it's graded. That's how you get
Team Rocket too. Yes, dude, this is exactly the same card. Oh.
Looks like somebody's going to be sending some stuff off to get graded.
Holy crap.
You'll have initial investment of having them graded. But once they get graded, though, it can, it turns a, they'll be you should be able to find like a raw price, ungraded.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
What do you got?
Oh my gosh. I have the dark Charizard. I have the dark Charmeleon, and I have the dark Charmander. I have all three. That's got to be like insane.
You've got the full set, yeah.
Right. Dark Team Rocket. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, this is insane.
You didn't know they went up that high, Seth?
I have two. I have two. Oh my god!
Don't crush them.
Yeah, you gotta have those. You have to get those graded, so don't get too excited.
Holy crap!
Better put gloves on before you touch them, boy.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Been sitting on your shelf. You got thousands of dollars sitting on your shelf.
Oh my gosh! I got a Dark Blastoise? Where are all these cards coming from? Dude.
I wonder what the most expensive Pokemon card is.
We just looked it up.
If it's changed, though.
That was 2019.
That's the last time it's. Oh, that's the highest one that sold was
Right.
the list. What was the website though? It's like when it was published.
CHR.
That was last updated last month. Well, no, March 24th when it was updated last.
And how much was the most expensive one?
195,000 plus the seller fee, closing fees.
I have two of these.
Well, you're gonna have to get yours appraised, Zach. Seth, sorry.
Hey, just the if you get the Rainbow Pikachu, it's $650.
Dude, I have two of these.
Oh, look at the grading though. That's super hard to get. 10 Gem Mint. That is a hard to get rating.
What does that mean?
You have a rating system. 10's the best you can get.
But like what? I mean, these things have been in a sleeve since we got them.
Um, most time you watch like with comic books, 9.8 is the majority, like the best you can get. The rarity are 10s, but with cards, I don't know. Cards, it might be a little easier to get 10s because, like you said, they go in sleeves. You protect them. Comics are a lot easier to damage. They're softer, and you got the spine. You get spine damage.
Yeah.
Oh, if you've seen like with Brad's comic book unboxings, if it's coming from Diamond, it's a crapshoot getting an undamaged box comic book.
Yeah.
And he is still planning on canceling his Diamond account once Marvel leaves, because DC's coming from Lunar Distribution now. Then your Marvel's going to Penguin, and the only thing that's going to be left at Diamond is independent comics. And he's going to try to look in a different avenue to get those. We go through like a different distributor and just get them late. The Diamond's pretty dirty, because when he was talking about like some of the stuff, the practices they do, you got to pay extra to get your books before before they're supposed to release.
Oh wow.
They basically extort their customers. You pay this extra fee, or we can't guarantee you get your books before Wednesday.
Yeah.
And everybody knows Comic Book Day is Wednesday. Lunar, and that's he usually gets his books either Monday or Tuesday of the week they come out. Lunar ships their books a week early. I just put up next week's comics for DC video yesterday, and that's the books coming out on next Wednesday. The Diamond distributors will get that video up either Monday evening or sometimes they come on Monday. Most of the time, a rarity. Most of the time they come on Tuesday. The one time that he didn't get them, they didn't come until Wednesday. We lost Seth.
I'm listening.
Seth's figuring out his college funds for his kids now.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the stream, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Dude, that's insanity. All
Well,
right.
that's great. Man, that's awesome that you got those there.
Oh yeah.
Charmander's 600, Charmeleon's 550, Charizard's 800.
Well, the best thing to do right now is just go through like what you're doing, and don't get too excited yet. You still got to send them off the grading process. The grading can.
How do I trust like grading process? Like, how does that work?
With comic books, it's a crapshoot. Depends on who grades it. They don't have any standardization of grading. You can get somebody that's just an asshole and not give you a good grade. Because I sent a book in, they graded a 9.4, and it's clearly a higher grade than that. Then that affects the value of the book, which is a book I never intended to sell. I wanted to grade it to be protected. It's sealed, clamshell.
Right.
But it can really. I sent another book in. It was pressed and graded, but it was graded inaccurately. It was graded low as well, which affected the value tremendously. In comic books, a couple points goes from it being a super high dollar book to being less. If they don't grade it enough, it could actually be less valuable than a raw book, ungraded. It's like the first appearance of Amadeus Cho. I had it sent in, had it pressed, graded, and they graded it low. and they had another book that's sent it with my friend's books, and they graded a book higher than my book, and it had more condition issues. You could see, it was a black covered book when he sent in. You could see spindings down the side of it, and they gave it a higher grade. By them misgrading my book, it made it a $75 book. If I left it raw, it would have been a $100 book.
So why couldn't you just open it up and sell it?
I could, but then, but it really wasn't really kind of worth it because it cost after the price of having to grade it. If I crack it and sell it raw, I'd still be out of the money.
Oh, how much did it cost to grade stuff?
He's got a membership, so he gets a discount.
Yeah.
On average, I think it's around about $20 a book. But they got some weird insurance laws too, rules and stuff. If the book's worth so much, it depends on the value of the book too. If it's under a certain price ranges, it costs more to have stuff graded. So like if it's like a multi-$1,000 book, it costs a little more to get graded because then you different tier of situation. It's very weird how they got stuff set up, and they're slow. The comic book side, they screwed me through by doing it way too slow. I had Avenging Spider-Man #1. I'm sorry, Avenging Spider-Man #7. 7 or 9? Well, it's the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. Before the movie came out, that book was selling freaking bonkers. It's still books for $810, but you ain't getting no $810 out of it. I got a 9.8 on that book. It's pristine. If they could have got that book to me before the movie came out, I could have sold it for $800. Now I couldn't get 200. It'd be lucky to get $200 out of it. Because movies, people hate that movie. Hate the character now.
Man, so I bought two issues of Negan Lives. When it first came out because I knew it was gonna be a hot comic. So I got 2 first editions just with the red print. I didn't get the gold or the silver because they were way too expensive. And now there's some people that are getting them graded. And you can get. I've seen $50. I've seen.
Okay, Avenging Spider-Man #9. It's going back up. They're selling for around about $375 right now.
Here's one for $50. Oh, this is autographed. Never mind. $2.99. No, there's no way that's gonna sell. $125. Huh. I only paid like $4 for it. Huh. Back to Pokemon. I had a Dark Blastoise. I got a lot of dark cards, apparently.
You had a dark childhood.
Holy crap, I got a lot of dark cards. I didn't realize these were back here, too. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know what to do. Like, where do I send these?
What you probably want to do is go to like one of these card shops that do that, and you can, if you don't, not sure where to send them off to, they could probably give you information about getting them graded.
Yeah.
Don't sell them there, or they'll try to lowball you. That's part of the business. I'll give you $20 for a $100 card. I bet you would.
I got a Dark War Turtle and a Dark Blastoise. I wonder if I got any. I need like a Dark Squirtle.
Well, What you need is you don't need to get more. You need to sell them.
Yeah. Well, man, I just wanted to make sure if I had like the group. And then I got a ton of Japanese cards too. Like this one right here. Where's my clicker?
My Little Pony.
So see, it's Japanese, and the back of them, the back of the cards are different. Pocket monsters.
Konnichiwa. Arigato.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Huh?
Onegashimasu.
Huh?
Onegashimasu.
Huh?
Ich, ni, sun, she, go, rope, bush, ish, mu, ju. That's Japanese. When I took mixed martial arts, we had to learn Japanese to practice. Don't know how to say like thank you, teacher.
I didn't know you took mixed martial arts.
Yep, I did it for a while.
Isn't that Domo Sensei?
Well, it's let's see, arigato gozaimashita, which is teach me well, master. And then onigashimasu is a way of saying thank you to your teacher, or someone that has a higher ranking. So like the you had sensei up into a 4th dan black belt, and a buddy of mine was like a 7th dan, which is he is a Shawhan at that point, and my buddy Daniel was a sensei because he was a 3rd dan black belt. So
Yeah,
like,
the guy I took from many years ago, he was a Judan. So yeah, he was 10th degree.
wow, that's cool. I know a dude that he was a 10th degree. He was like over the whole area.
Yeah. Yeah, he could, even though he was in his 60s, he could mess you up and you wouldn't even know he moved.
What was his name?
Well, this was Ishinru Karate. That was Master Long. He was a retired.
Cool.
He had been a Marine. He learned at Okinawa as a Marine in the 50s. And he was a retired policeman when I knew him.
That's awesome.
He died in the mid-90s.
That sucks.
Yeah, he was, gosh, the things he and the guy that also learned with him when they were both on the police force, the stories about them, I don't know how many of them are true, but basically if there was a bar fight or some kind of disturbance, they would send these two guys in and then they would just drag people out. So, but I believed it. There's a picture. It was a little younger. I guess it was in the 80s because I took karate from him in the early 90s. But it was in a local paper. He was about maybe 5'11". Of course, still had the Marine haircut. And so he had this bar that he was holding. He kind of curled his arms and he held it in the crock of his elbow, like a rebar. It was kind of long. And then there were 3 guys on each side hanging on to it and pulling themselves off the ground, and he was holding all 6 of them up.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But, yeah, he had taught karate for almost over 30 years. I guess that's part of Because I think once you reach, if I remember correctly from what he said, I think it's once you reach 6 or 7, you're awarded the belts by your students. It's like there's a certain level you're awarded by Dons over you, and then the last few you're awarded by your students. So
It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time
yeah.
studying and training. And it was cool.
OCO.
So in our area, me and Appalachians, they were lifted all the pandemic stuff today.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean they're gonna start doing Comic-Con stuff again at full force?
Probably.
Depends on what you mean by lifted. I mean, supposedly around here we're supposed to.
It's lifted for everybody who's been vaccinated.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I identify.
I want to know. I want to find a good lawyer and start some medical discrimination lawsuits because they're breaking multiple federal laws with these things. Yep. It's time for some serious law. It's time to start rattling the cages a lot harder.
Hell yeah.
The problem is it's already too late for a lot of the big cons. They've already been canceled.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, check your private chat. All you gotta do is just provide the number.
Like the big one down Heroes Con down, where is it at? North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. That is one of the biggest ones I've ever been to. It's probably square footage is bigger than San Diego. It is massive, and they already canceled it. It sucks because you can find some good stuff down there. It would have been next month. Actually, no. Yes, next month, because next month is next week. For a second there, where I already did the comic book video for June, I was like, wait a minute, no, it's not June yet. It's next week's June.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tommy, we'll take one step forward and somehow we'll end up being 2 steps back before you know it.
San Diego's already canceled too, the SDCC. So they're not going to reopen redo those. It's already been too late for that. Those big ones take a lot of planning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call them liquor conventions, since liquor stores were essential.
Liquor stores and strip clubs. No, I mean, I'm not having my hopes up, but I really hope that there's some serious fallout. I mean, some of the rumblings I'm seeing with the press kind of pushing back on Fauci a little bit, and Gates, there's some things going on with him where he's looking like he's slightly less protected. It's almost, I don't want to get my hopes up, but it's starting to feel like the establishment crony, that they may be done with both of them. And it's starting to, I would not be surprised if they really, I mean, yeah, I know Fauci was involved, but I was reading a story today in India. There's 2 provinces that have been hit pretty hard by this new supposed variant, and they're using ivermectin, one of several medications, treatments that Fauci said, those don't work when Trump talked about them a year ago. Mm-hmm. And in 4 days, they dropped their case rate 92%.
Where are you talking about? India?
Yeah.
Somebody said that's fake.
Oh, it's all fake, man. If you read between the lines, there was a survey, the study came out with another one. I posted Facebook yesterday. It's come out recently. They looked at the data about masks and stuff. But there was one, someone did a deep dive of the CDC data and using Fauci's own words about how many iterations of the PCR test is you start to get false positives. And the actual positive rate is somewhere between 4 and 6%. And so when you look at like a year ago, we had a slight like 3 or 4% increase in excessive death. Now compared to 2019, it was more like 10%. But when you averaged it overall over the last 10 years, it barely moves the needle, which is what most countries have discovered. There's been a few exceptions. But you look at what the cause of death of almost everything was COVID. And then, no one died of cancer. No one died of heart attacks. People weren't killed in car wrecks. So that part of it's phony. And then if you take the PCR, the technicians who have stated multiple times that they can't distinguish one influenza after another, Fauci has stated, I think it's either 35 or 30, I think it's 35 iterations. Anything over 35 is a false positive, and it's not even his test, and he misuses that test a lot. Most of them are in the 40 to 45 range.
I have family in healthcare, and they've actually had coworkers send unexposed swabs to be tested, and they come back positive.
Right. And so when you start calculating that, it's 4 to 6% is actually due to COVID, which is on par with other strains like this, like SARS-1, and MERS is kind of the exception because it was highly contained into the Middle East. I mean, it barely got anywhere else.
Since we got on that subject, Seth, look at the private chat. I sent you something. It kind of goes with the show tonight.
It's toy versions.
Yeah. Well, see, and it's become a cult. People are getting tattoos, of the COVID molecule, of the spike protein. They're getting tattoos of their vaccine cards and a Band-Aid where they got the COVID shot. It's become a religion to a lot of people. It's really
wow.
That's the part that's going to take a long time to
did you see the joke? Somebody put went to the store the other day and a woman come up and yelled at me. He's like, "Are you vaccinated?" And he just turned around and said, "Do you like anal?" It's like, well, she's like, "What?" Well, you said have to ask questions that's none of your business, so I figured I'd ask back.
Especially since you enjoy the government sticking it in your ass.
Yes, but only if he buys me a drink first. Daisy Divine, there we go. I just looked at the chat. This is an hour ago. Yeah. MTV went downhill slow, starting with Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, the Beavis and Butthead I liked better when they were making fun of videos.
Yes.
When they started to actually try to have a storyline, and what was that other character they spun off?
Daria,
yeah. Ugh.
That was horrible. It's kind of like the beginning of the end of when they had Daria. It's the original woke chick.
Yeah. It's I liked King of the Hill and things, but Beavis and Butthead, there was just something I couldn't take the stupidity, like when they were licking frogs and all this stuff, and but when they were making fun of videos, especially the ones that were more pretentious, that was what I liked the best.
Space Coast.
What?
Y'all remember Space Coast?
Space Ghost?
Space Ghost.
Coast to Coast. The way they turned it into like a talk show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all like
funny.
that?
Yep.
That was pretty good.
He was at RobCon back when I was set up for one time. The voice actor.
Oh, okay. Daria invented the emo. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, so basically, because I started answering that question, then I got sidetracked. But from what I remember is, you started to get more and more game shows, and then they had multiple versions of road rules and real life or true, whatever the hell that thing was called. And then they bought VH1, right? And some of the videos started showing up over there. And then they started MTV2 to show videos more. And I think there was a VH1 too. But then they started doing like spring break crap, and and it's like they just got onto shows, and they were shown on both channels. And somewhere along, I haven't had cable or satellite, and I don't even know how long, so I haven't seen that crap in at least 10 years, if not longer. Yeah. But yeah, it was. But back in the 80s and into the
is there still an MTV?
90s,
I don't even go to those channels. So.
Well, I think it's still there as a brand, but. Yeah, I don't know, but I know they still make videos. You still see them. But the thing is, you can see almost all the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And some bands will make a big deal. They'll say, "Hey, our new video is released on YouTube."
Of course, the modernization of the music industry too has allowed more voices instead of just having to get signed on with this record company to make it big. Now they have social media and YouTube. They can.
Yeah, there's a little bit of decentralization there. My biggest problem with the modern music scene in general, not only that, I mean, pop has been garbage for a long time.
Oh,
but now the way they mix everything's loud. It's not necessarily clear. It's not necessarily balanced. And like if you go like YouTube, you can find old audio of song, because some bands that from the 80s and 90s have remastered stuff, and you find the remastered. And there's a guy I came across. A guy did a video he did a computer breakdown and showed, the waveform of the old and the new. And then you see, the valleys and dips, and the music comes and goes, and it balances and it moves and it flows. And then the modern, it was something like, it wasn't Van Halen. It was, I don't know. It's one of those hair bands from the 80s, like Iron Maiden or something. Anyway, I forget who it was he was comparing. It's been several years ago. And then you look at the modern, and it's like all spiked all the way across, and then it's distorted in the high end. On the analog world, to get that kind of level, you have to have a very good turntable and stylus. And then the digital world, it tends to clip it, and so it'll sound decent in your headphones because it can use your head as a resonance chamber. But you put it on an actual stereo and push it through speakers, and it sounds like dog shit. Yeah,
reverb and distortion.
Yeah, it's a high. You get and everything's, the basses are also boost. This is became a trend in the
maxing out the speakers to back the
and so now, so you have to adjust the levels to get stuff so that it resonates with your speakers properly. And then it's still, because the music itself has been clipped on the high end, when it got hot, now you get this fuzz that shows up. And
it's like the music we've got on our channel. My friend, he actually mixed it with he's big in music, and he's got multiple pedals, sound mixers, and stuff like that. And he does stuff manually, the old school way.
Right.
And the intro music sounds better than the background music, because I recorded the intro part with my phone through listening to his speakers. And he just played it at his house, and it sounds beautiful. For the background music, we plugged that little pedal box that's recorded into the computer, and recorded the whole length I can do, and just drop the levels down and just have it play in the background.
Right.
But it doesn't sound nowhere near as nice because it's not coming through a natural speaker, and it's
you're missing the resonance of the speaker. And it's sad, but at some point
these things have great microphones anymore, so it picked up a really nice recording of it when it's in this.
Yeah, especially if you do it in a quiet setting where there's no echo, reverb. You don't get. People understand. You can have, especially low end frequencies. That's all about the air you're moving. It's not really about what decibel level. You can get stuff to be loud and not distort because you're pushing more air and it's not vibrating.
I tried to get him to come tonight for talk for part of the Tory talk, and he was exhausted. He went down to Hillsville today and went to the flea market down there, and he didn't find any toys, but he could pick up a guitar.
A guitar, all right. Wow, it's almost 11 o'clock. I didn't realize that. Well, it's 20 till, 19 till. I didn't realize it was that late.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Seth, I hope you, some of those cards are worth all the oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
Good luck on your journey with that.
Yeah, the big thing is getting them graded to get the max value out of them like that.
Yeah. You guys ready to call it a night?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
I am.
All right. Everybody's channel links are in the description.
And then your powers combined, we are Toy Talk.
Toy Talk. That was a cool picture. Tommy, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Let me see if I can put it up.
We wanted to go. Let's see. We want to do the reproduce it. It's like Appalachian American, Tommy Gunn, Collector.
Yeah.
Ready? 5, 4.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Your powers are combined.
Anyway. Later, Daisy. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
See y'all.
Live long.